Some people grind for greatness. Some people just stumble upon it. Others, like us, sit in a room with 3 other dudes arguing about everything and accomplishing nothing. This is the Infinite Roundabout. What up? I'm Blake, joined here today with John.
Hey.
Devon.
Hello.
Matt.
What's up?
Alright, well I guess we'll kick this right over to Devon, who's got our first topic of the day.
How's it going, everybody?
Good.
How are you guys?
Not too bad.
I should
It's been a long day.
start off with that.
Yeah, no, we're good. Thank you. We're still here.
Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
Good.
It's not the Devon podcast.
Is it
No.
not? I thought this was. That's what I signed up for.
Well, he was talking about Bubba off the island earlier, so
Yeah,
we are. Going
that was my conversation.
Like to
with
watch
episode.
some Survivor.
You know, we're going to vote somebody
That's
off
on
the
tomorrow.
podcast. Leave a comment down below on who you think we should vote off.
Not me. So, I don't know if anybody caught it, but I did want to go back to our discussion on episode 0.5 about the Oscars. I did actually have a chance to go back and watch 2 of the movies that were a major topic of conversation, as well as a bunch of the movies that won major awards. The 2 movies, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and The Shape of Water. I wanted to give my thoughts. So 3 Billboards is a movie that's not really for everyone. The movie started off with the main character renting 3 signs, using those 3 signs to call out the cops for not finding the man who raped and murdered her daughter.
Dang.
Yeah, the elements of the movie can be pretty intense at points, but I was in love with the movie every second of the way. There wasn't a point where I wasn't engaged and excited to see what was going to happen next. Where this movie turned me off is that there was no real resolution to the ending. But maybe that was the theme that, life moves on. I don't know. It's not my point. I'm not the movie critic here.
Reminds me a lot of Inception.
Yeah, but
It just kind of ended.
that was
no
still,
solution.
That was still at least a satisfying ending, though.
I still lose sleep over it.
Yes.
I still lose sleep
Still
over it.
haven't seen
I've
that
never seen
movie.
it.
Blake and I are sitting here
The
like,
top's just spinning.
It's like,
They,
yeah,
they don't
Inception.
understand. They haven't seen the movie.
And then it doesn't do nothing.
Well, welcome to the Devon and Matt podcast.
we're here to talk about movies.
I guess we got voted off the island.
I guess. First part, at least.
So, my personal opinion, the fact that the movie had no real resolution at the end is the exact reason as to why I did not win Best Picture. But The Shape of Water...
No, I happen to know. I have insider information why this one did win Best Picture.
I don't think you do, because I highly doubt you know how it works, but I'm going to explain that in a little bit.
I got inside information.
The Shape of Water did win Best Picture and Best Director for Guillermo del Toro, and after watching the movie, I cannot see why it won. The movie was fluid and had a clear beginning, middle, and end.
Fluid. Shape of water.
Yeah.
Fluid.
I see what you did there.
See what I did there?
Oh, that was intentional?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
wow.
it's not funny.
It's
So
not
smart.
funny anymore.
Oh,
I think you wrote a script or something.
you think I'm smart or something?
He's reading off the script right now.
I'm watching porn. What are you guys talking about?
It's not porn. You'll never know. It's not porn.
Maybe word porn.
It's a word doc.
So the movie was fluid and had a clear beginning, end, and middle, just kind of like those flow charts they used to fill out in school, filling out like the beginning and plot,
You did
rising
your
action and shit. Oh, it was one we did in class, so I kind of had to do it. Yeah, this was a movie about the mute custodian that falls in love with basically the character Abe Sapien from Hellboy, except he can't talk.
Yeah, I said that.
You can't talk?
Yeah, he's equipped with a little thing that helps him talk in the actual.
Well,
is that why?
No, in Hellboy, that's actually just like a water.
That was
Oh, you're right. No,
that was
you're
so
right.
he could breathe
You're right.
while
You're right.
walking.
You're right.
But in The Shape of Water, this guy can't talk, which is what makes them communicate because she teaches them sign language. And
Interesting.
Because she has an issue, right? She's like
She's
deaf or something.
mute.
She's mute. Okay.
I thought she was deaf too, but she's just mute.
Okay.
Regular old Helen Kellen up in here.
Yeah.
Helen Kellen.
So-
Helen Kellen.
Who's Helen Kellen?
So I've always rated movies on a 5-star scale and asked myself, would I willingly watch this again? So that's what I'm gonna do for these movies here. My star rating is not really based off of how much I liked the movie, but how good I thought the movie was. If I were to be a critic,
But he's
As
not.
you will.
But he's not.
I'm not. No, I'm just a dude who
You're saying-
knows nothing about everything or everything about nothing.
You know
so.
everything about nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, we heard his top 3 favorite movie list last week, so...
Really? Because I'm going to come back to you here in a little bit, because you couldn't even give 3, bud.
I got too many.
Did you do your homework?
And I bet Jurassic Park's going to come up on that list. Because you recently watched it.
Jurassic
did
Park
watch
1,
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park 2, and Jurassic Park 3.
I only watched 1 and 2 so far.
Well, that's good, because those are the 2 good ones.
Well, I mean...
Different conversation for a different day. So for 3 billboards, I would give that a solid 4.5 stars. And I would definitely watch it again. Out of 5.
Out of 7.
Out of 12.
Out of 7.
You're a critic now. I don't know what your scale is. I gotta learn, okay?
I even said it.
He gave it 3 thumbs up.
So...
Out of?
1, 2, 3.
You don't have 4 thumbs?
What?
With the ones on your toes?
No, that's not how that works.
Oh.
And I would give The Shape of
called
Water
a
a
big
disappointing
toe.
3 stars and would not watch that again. I did not. There was not a single point in that movie that I did not like.
My girlfriend is going to leave a very snarky comment towards you because she loved that movie.
Oh, well, that's
Okay,
to
well,
each her own.
She is a
Again,
she is a
I have
romantic
insider
100%
information.
through and through.
But I will say that I did overhype Shape of Water just because of the Oscar wins and stuff. So maybe that had something to do with it.
I really want to hear this inside info though. I've been
Okay.
sitting on pins and needles.
So, the reason that this won, and I got this information from you actually.
Whoa.
The other night, I'm reading my phone. I'm reading my phone, and Devon sends me a message that says, "In the first 10 minutes of Shape of Water, there's a girl diddling herself.
I heard
10
this
out of
too.
10 would recommend."
He
So obviously, that's going to win Best Picture.
She was also fully naked, and she gets naked a lot in that movie.
See, how did that not?
I was about to get to that as well. It all comes full circle here
Stop
on the
skipping
Infinite
ahead,
Roundabout,
Mark.
alright? So, to put that in perspective, I went and saw Black Panther a few weekends ago, and I would give that a solid, yet overhyped 4, which is still very good.
Racist.
Really? Alright.
They can't have their one movie. Come on.
No, that movie was good, but it was very overhyped, so just say that. But
haven't
after
seen it
watching...
yet.
I do agree that it was overhyped for me at least, because I heard multiple people say this is the best Marvel movie ever by far. I'm just like, it was good.
It was
still
very
haven't even
good.
seen the
Have you
last
seen
one,
X-Men
for a while.
2?
X2.
So after watching 3 billboards, one thing that stuck out to me was the ending, like I was saying. But there was a true conclusion with The Shape of Water, whatever. Well, at least it had enough of a conclusion that I felt like was kind of the tipping point that made it win Best Picture. But I did do some research and research. Didn't
We
do-
should get a flub meter.
I didn't do
A
my
flub count.
tongue exercises.
That's true. He was complaining about that before we started.
He did actually complain about it.
So I did some research into if there's like a certain criteria that wins you the Best Picture award. There isn't, because it's people picking people from the Academy picking their own criteria, but it's actually based off of preference of the movies. So it's based off of preference scale, and the movie that is preferred by at least 50% of the Academy wins. So there's over 6,000 people in the Academy. So as long as you get basically 3,200 prefers, you win Best Picture. But so most of the time the winner isn't decided like right away, because I was looking at it. I'll link the article that I read. It explains it a lot better in there. But basically it was like if there's 9 movies, whichever one is least preferred, or the preferred most the least. Is that right?
Those are words, yeah.
The one that is
I do words
the
good.
one that is
Go
preferred,
with it.
the one that is the most preferred the least amount of times gets eliminated, and then whoever had that movie as their number 1 preferred
Gets to revote.
goes to whoever they had as their second,
Okay.
and then so on and so forth till there's 2 or till there's 50%.
So how many of those people in this academy you think put Captain Underpants as their number 1?
Probably 0, because it
At least-
wasn't nominated.
Well, I'm
You
saying
can
at
do
least
write-ins.
there's at
You
least
can
one.
do a write-in.
I didn't find that.
I'm just gonna say that movie was highly misrepresented in the Oscars. I'll say that right now.
I haven't seen it, but it should be pretty good.
Um,
Dude, I
but
love those books.
Did you guys read those books? Because I read those books
Yeah.
as a kid.
Oh man, those were the best.
But like I said, I will link that article in the description below so you can check it out. But ultimately, I do want to also, what do you guys think might be a better way of rating the Best Picture? As either viewer or, even you guys.
I'd say maybe throw another star in there.
Put an extra
6-star system.
6-star
star
system,
system.
okay.
That's probably.
But what if there's multiple movies that get 6 stars?
then multiple Oscars.
You get the lead actor or actress from each movie and have them fight to a death match.
Ooh,
Battle
Battle Royale. What even is that? But yeah, what are the viewers' thoughts? If you want to leave in the comments section what you think. Also, if you saw the movies that I talked about, let me know what you guys think. And Devin, we don't have any viewers. We do have viewers.
Let Devin know how wrong he is about his
and that's the thing.
movies, how he feels about movies.
Now we're just baiting the audience to comment.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys can yell at me. I don't care.
No, do what you want, man. It's a free country. You don't have to comment, but please.
Please comment. We want to talk to someone.
We really need the monetization.
The door's locked. We haven't left in weeks.
We're running out of food, honestly.
Not running out of
beer.
rum now.
I only got like 3 more beers over here.
It's getting dire. Please send help.
Please, for the love of God.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of pitting people against each other in a battle royale, I hear you have something on this topic.
Well, I'd like to talk about something that, most white males in their early to mid-20s talk about, and that's video games. 2 of them being PUBG and Fortnite. There's been a lot of hype around both these games lately. Definitely more Fortnite than the other, I'd say, of late. And we got to call it Fortnite Battle Royale, because if I don't say that, then...
Thinking zombies.
Yeah, so we're going to confuse people, and it's going to become a mess. But there's been a lot of... hype around the 2, a lot of things happening. So first, let's go around the table and figure out who prefers what. Personally, I'm a PUBG man. I love the game. It's my jam. I've played Fortnite a handful of times. I've definitely played PUBG more, but it just hits me right.
I've never actually played Fortnite. I've seen a lot of videos on it. I know people who've played it. I've asked them about it. That automatically makes me a PUBG man because that's the one that I do play and I do really enjoy it. It's very poorly optimized, I get that, but...
Esports ready.
Yeah, esports ready.
Well, so
I'll be saying that a lot.
The graphics aren't necessarily as important to that game just because the audio in it is so amazing.
It is. It's really good.
The audio's unreal. Anyway, what do you think?
Mostly played PUBG. I downloaded Fortnite the other night and played a little bit, and I can talk about my opinion on that here in a minute. But mostly PUBG, quite a bit. Love the game.
If I had a preference, I picked up. We were playing some Fortnite last night.
Devin and I were hanging out online.
Yeah, I figured it would be a good idea to at least have some exposure to it. And after playing Fortnite, I don't think I will ever play PUBG again. I just, and it's not even that I preferred Fortnite. It's just that when I start up a game of PUBG, it is a commitment. I'm not ready for that commitment.
Dang.
When it comes to that style of game.
What?
When it comes to Fortnite, you can just drop somewhere and instantly be killed. Like, oh, okay, cool. 30 seconds, I am in another game.
You can do the exact same thing in PUBG, though. So
After 10 minutes of doing it, finding a spot, hopefully finding a gun.
No, I mean, there's hotspots in every game.
There are hotspots.
Not as much as in Fortnite.
Every single match you can drop
100%.
into an area with 25 other people.
There are spots on the map in PUBG where it's like if you talk about that main island map, you got the shooting range, you got the school you got the prison.
Pochinki's always popping.
There's a lot of places you can go in those maps where it's like there's gonna at least, even if you're playing solo, duo, or squad, there's gonna be multiple of either teams or other players there.
Yeah, if you want to be dead within 2 minutes of every match, I guarantee you can do it in every
or just
match.
play with me, you'll be dead real fast.
I was actually going to argue the exact opposite thing that you just said from our experience that we played last night of Fortnite. I felt I couldn't die quick enough in that game.
Just like
so we dropped
this nice little humble brag. I just can't die in this game.
Can't die in this. So this is what happened. I've only heard a lot about... I haven't watched a ton of streams or anything about Fortnite, but what I've heard is that Loot Lake, right? And then, what's the other big one? Tilted Tower are the 2 hot drops, big ones. We dropped there a couple times, and I dropped and I saw like 4 or 5 other people. I don't know if it was just the game that we played, that there wasn't a ton of people who dropped there, but I haven't dropped in school or Pochinki or multiple other places where there wasn't 15 other people with me.
That's one of the most terrifying moments in that game. Is when you're dropping down into school and you're like, I don't think there's that many people here. And you're like, oh my god.
I don't know if you haven't been playing the right spots in PUBG.
Just play PUBG with
but
me.
I
We'll
100% disagree.
I'm not
personally.
And I'm not saying that. No, I don't know. Whatever. I disagree.
Humbly.
No,
of course.
Fair enough. You can have it.
Opinions are opinions.
Also, it's like, I don't prefer to play running simulator, so that's what I really also liked about Fortnite.
With the game that has no vehicles.
Yeah, but the map is also way smaller.
It is quite.
I get what you're saying about
from
that one, though. I was playing some solos yesterday, and there was like times where I just got screwed by circle, and it's like I spent 10 minutes running to circle,
right?
And only to get killed as soon as I get there.
Well, see, I think that's other parts I'm going to get to. I think that's some of the appeal of PUBG is basically the RNG of it. You know, how many times do you get in the plane and you hope that you land in the spot where the circle is going to be? Mm-hmm. I remember. Let's get this out of the air. I'm a terrible PUBG player. I think my KD's like 0.4. Okay. Anywho.
That's not the point.
You also very recently picked up the game.
Yeah, I'm still pretty new to the game. I've only been playing for like a month or two. My thing about it was there was a game, and this was the game I've done the best in. The first game I did the best in, I guess, because I finished number 2 a bunch of times. Never got a chicken dinner yet.
Same.
But I finished number 2 a bunch of times. In the first game I finished number 2, the circle literally closed in where I dropped. Mm-hmm. And it was like, my buddy and I just kind of stood there. We looted a great area, and we were just kind of like, well, we'll wait and see where the circle goes. We literally just sat in the circle and did nothing for probably like at least 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I had one match where the circle kept spawning on us. We were just there was like at this point probably 35 people left, and we were in this house, and the circle was on us. It was still a decent sized circle at that point, and then it starts shrinking. It's on us again. I'm like, all right, we'll just hang out in this house. And then it shrinks again. It's still on this house. We're like, what is going on right now? Finally, it's the last circle. The smallest, it's just this house. Still on us. We see these other people running across this hill trying to get to the house. We're like, obviously we're going to win this. We won that game, but...
See, that's the beauty of it. It is that RNG, where it's like, you know, am I going to land in this building and get the weapon that I want? You know, am I going to be able to find all this great gear? You know, I think, personally, that's why I'm so appealed to it. And I've only played Fortnite on console a handful of times. Never played on PC. But, it just... I have more fun playing PUBG, and no, it's not 100% true, but it's more realistic to me.
Right.
It absolutely.
It's much more of a simulator to
Not
me.
even comparable.
Right.
So,
go ahead.
Fortnite is literally cartoon version of... Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know.
It is. It's still different gameplay. So the thing that I don't like the most about Fortnite is the building aspect of it.
That's one thing I kind of do like about the game. I would not implement it in PUBG.
No, and that was going to be my main point about this whole argument here, is that you want to compare the two games and you say it's the same game, just a little different. It's apples to oranges. It really is.
Completely different games. I think so.
Well, see, that's where I'm getting, where the format of the game is different. And so, like, Fortnite Battle Royale came out after PUBG. Fortnite was a game before PUBG, where it was you build a fort, and then waves of zombies come in, and you have to protect your fort. And I've actually never played that form of it, and I'd actually really like to, because it seems really interesting to me. But it's the battle royale aspect of it. They took elements of Fortnite, and then they meshed it with PUBG.
They saw how
the PUBG format.
They saw how popular PUBG was. So
and like this is what. I mean, it's almost something like that Blizzard does, you know, where they take a very popular game.
I thought it was Blizzard, to be honest.
It might as well be, but it's not like League of Legends, very popular MOBA, and then they come out with Heroes of the Storm, you know, and then there's multiple RTSs before StarCraft came out,
right? And
then StarCraft came out. And so what Blizzard does is they take a non-original concept and they make it their own. And I think
Team Fortress, for example.
Yeah, Team Fortress very,
and they do a phenomenal job of it, and that's what Blizzard does, in my opinion. So that's what I saw Epic Games doing with Fortnite, was they took the format that is PUBG and made it their own. And there is, like anything like that where they're similar but different, there's going to be sides. I've noticed that Fortnite has grown in popularity tremendously, especially since it became free to play, and Drake played it once. So
that's true. Drake played it once.
I was looking up
it's a new thing.
Statistics for it, and of recent,
Fortnite is definitely more popular.
Yeah.
Where I think they
Quite
had up
actually.
they had about like 10 million different downloads in the last 2 months. I think it was roughly. They had like 10 million new players, and then so just to get, the way they compare it the most is for these online games is concurrent players at the same time. So PUBG topped out earlier this year with 3.4 million players online at the same time playing PUBG. Fortnite beat that with 4 million players online at the same time.
How much of that do you think is the fact that one's free to play versus PUBG being $30?
That's
I
exactly
think
it.
it's a huge difference.
That's what's 100% in my opinion. And it's a free to play game. I'm sure everyone's heard of PUBG before Fortnite Battle Royale came out.
And PUBG's not even the original. PUBG was a rip-off of
Yep.
H1Z1.
Well, PUBG, and see, we'll get into that too. H1Z1 is different than PUBG, but PUBG is definitely the birth child of that. There's no denying that at all.
Right.
I think PUBG refined a lot of the things.
Exactly.
that
That's
H1Z1
exactly
I
what
don't know.
it
We'll
was.
go into
They-
Refined is a strong word. Because of how many issues.
If you get on a
PUBG
motorcycle
has.
and it explodes and kills you, I don't know if I'm going to call that esports ready.
Yes.
Esports ready.
PUBG does have its fair share of little glitches and nicks and knacks in there. I remember actually it was
highly
just, it was,
My
optimized.
parachute dropped me. I lost half my health.
it was just I was
Parachute was
just,
just like screw
I was
you.
just playing a
Tossed
game
you
the other
out.
day with a buddy of mine, and I had a motorcycle, doing really good riding along. I even hit a guy and killed him, and then I went inside a house. I parked my bike on the side of a house so no one could see it when it laid down, and I was hanging out in this house on the circle just to see where the next circle goes because I was on a team and I was the last one alive, so I was just trying to play it really safe and really kind of campy, but I had to get back on my bike, and I tried, like the bike lays down after you ride it. So you got to press F to like pick it back up. I literally watched the bike get back up, and it just lost.
No, that's what the bikes do. Sometimes they'll like flip around and do a little somersault and land right next to you. Sometimes they'll just go into the moon.
I like the ones that go into the moon and then land back on top of you.
So yes, PUBG does have its quirks, but I think with a game that massive, it's going to be very hard to perfect it over time. That's the thing. PUBG's popularity has grown so much they can invest money into their game.
Well,
and
that's
make it bigger.
ultimately
fix those
what
bugs.
That's ultimately what screwed them because this company they were a knockoff company, right? I mean they ripped the game off essentially, and they weren't planning. Were planning on selling 100,000 copies, not supporting it, and that was going to be the end of it. But then it blew up, and now all of a sudden they're like, oh, we have to
We actually have to work on
we
this
have to
thing.
make this game work.
It sounds a lot like Pokemon Go.
But who couldn't have seen that one blowing up? That
True.
was just on
The
that.
hype behind that one was unreal.
Literally on them. It's like,
But so when it comes down to it, I mean, the games are different, but incredibly similar. I find both games fascinating. I think it's a concept that most people love, of just like the Hunger Games aspect of a game,
Right. Maybe we should explain real quick what that game is with.
that's true.
Yeah. So if you haven't played PUBG,
Or Fortnite.
Or
Player
Fortnite.
Unknown's Battlegrounds.
okay, Player Unknown Battlegrounds. Yep. You basically, roughly, there's 100 people to a game. Not always. If a game doesn't fill up, it starts anyway. So there's roughly 100 people in a game. You guys are all on this plane, and you're flying across this huge map. You jump out of the plane with nothing. And as soon as you land, it's your goal to scavenge guns, armor, different kinds of vests and helmet and stuff. Not necessarily armor, but...
In PUBG, you do that. In Fortnite, there's
Right.
like armored drinks you can take.
Right. There's a lot of different, first aid kits. There's various things you can pick up. And your goal is to pick up as much things as you can and survive the longest. Simple concept.
Yeah, the only thing I'll add to that is that the map gets smaller every few minutes, so that it's not like, oh, there's someone on this side of the map and there's someone on this side of the map, and we're just
cancer.
Basically, it corrals everyone together and makes it so that there will be a winner within at least half an hour.
When you get to that final circle, it's literally as big as a person standing.
Yeah.
And then if you're outside of the circle, it just does damage.
Yeah. So you're encouraged
As the circle
to get
gets
into
smaller,
the circle.
As the circle gets smaller, it does more damage.
Right.
So you can risk being outside the circle at the beginning of the game. At the end of the game, it's gonna destroy you if you're outside of it.
Yep.
So that's PUBG for dummies, by dummies.
By dummies.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about with this topic was the fact that PUBG is not a free-to-play game. Fortnite is. So being it's mostly popularized by the PC, there will be hackers and cheaters. The thing about PUBG is, since it is not a free-to-play game, they have better control over the game because they can, like any other game, they can ban players who get caught hacking or cheating. and basically they're forced to create a new Steam account and buy another copy. So is it worth spending $30 to cheat and get caught cheating every time? And let the computer play your game. Fortnite is free to play. How do they control their cheaters? They sue them. There is a story of a 14-year-old kid, I think it was New Jersey, caught cheating. Epic Games is now suing this kid, 14-year-old kid, for $150,000 for copyright infringement and changing the code of the game.
Do you think they're doing that so they have a revenue stream since it's a free-to-play game?
No, I think Fortnite...
But it's such a hard incentive for people not to cheat. That's the thing. So it's like, okay, PUBG, someone's cheating, you ban them, they can't play that from that game again, they have to create a new account and buy the new game. Fortnite, just create a new account, download the game.
Also, with PUBG, the items that you can acquire in there through loot boxes are worth egregious amounts of money for what they are. And so if you're winning a chicken dinner every other game because you've gotten headshots left and right, that's so many points. It
depends because their BP system is really screwy in that game. If you play squads, you get almost nothing. Even if you win, you get like 200 BP. But if you play duos, you get like 900 BPO in.
You get a lot more.
Why would you be cheating in a squad match, though? There's no point in playing.
No, but even
why would you be cheating at all? That's my thing in those games. Like, why would you put?
I mean,
I find cheating to be more of a younger man's thing because they want to win the chicken dinner, but they want the computer to win the chicken dinner for them. You know, if you get like a headshot mod where every shot you take at a body's a headshot.
I've seen it's
absurd
of complaints about cheaters in PUBG and people complaining about it all the time. I've got 200 hours into the game. I've encountered maybe 2 people that I thought were cheating.
Yeah, I think I've encountered 4.
I think there's also a lot of salty gamers out there.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people getting outplayed and then blaming it on a hacker.
For every actual hacker or cheater there is in a game, there's probably 100 salty people. Or just worse than somebody.
Yeah, because my major takeaways from PUBG, kind of playing into that, is I've always described it as it's the best, worst game I've ever played.
Yeah, sports ready.
It's so ridiculously fun, yet incredibly frustrating for how broken it is.
I disagree on when you guys say how broken it is. Yes, it does have its moments.
It's a lot better now.
It is
a lot.
Since you started playing it the last few months,
it's gotten tremendously
better.
It's gotten tremendously better. I've noticed personally, and I'm still fairly new to the game.
Even the last few months,
I may not have experienced some of the quirks that others have.
But that plays into my next thing. Is also it's some of even through the ridiculousnesses that the bugs is. I've had so much fun with it.
The
I've had so much fun with it just because of the ridiculous shit that happens. Like, it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, when that bike flew over my head, I was like, "Oh, well, I'm walking," and I just started running. I was just laughing the whole time.
But this is also the only game that I can think of off the top of my head where when I lose a match, there's that immediate flash of anger, like you would have in a regular video game. But it immediately goes away. You're like, I gotta get back in. I gotta do it again. You're like, I know what I did wrong. Here's what I need to do next time, and you keep playing.
I have never in a video game, had my heart beat so fast and had so much adrenaline in my system before. When you're in like the top 5 people, you're just like
alive,
sitting there, can barely hold your mouse, and then once you get out of the game, you're like,
okay, back to
what am I doing with my life right
now? You get shot in the head from behind. You're so mad. You're like, I want to throw.
Nope,
I know what I did wrong. Let's do this again.
Yeah, so I feel the same way. Being a very competitive person in general, there's a lot of games that I play where I just I'll get pissed. Like Madden especially. There's a lot of things that happen in Madden where I'm just like
bullshit.
I just want to crush a controller in my hands.
Speaking of unoptimized games, but whatever.
Madden bullshit is real.
But this is not a sports podcast.
That's true. We've said that a lot.
We had to drop that one in here.
So, real quick, back on the cheating thing. The main things that I've seen in cheating is people following you through walls. I've watched death cams where I'm just like, there's no way he saw me that quickly or knew where I was. And gone back and watched the death cam, and I see them trailing a wall, walking outside on my head the entire time.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, there's times where, there was one time, actually, it was yesterday I was playing. I caught out of the corner of my eye, just the flicker of a coat behind this rack. I'm like, I think that was a person. So I ran all the way around the building and flanked around behind him. That didn't get picked up in the death cam because it was so long before I actually killed him. So all he sees is me knowing exactly where he's at coming up on him.
That's true.
He thinks I'm cheating.
No,
that's true.
The difference is I was in a warehouse with no windows. I had walked from the side.
But that's the thing.
And-
That's in PUBG. You can get hunted. Like there's someone who could follow you for
Absolutely.
minutes,
I
and they
agree.
could watch you walk into said warehouse.
Absolutely.
And there's an element. It's that RNG.
Yeah, I'm not
where
saying it wasn't a
maybe you
cheater.
walked out at the perfect time. It's really hard to tell when people are hacking. The only time I knew I came across someone who was cheating was when they had icons on their map. And it
They
showed where
actually
literally
show
everyone-
that on the replay.
See, that's
Just so
something
you
I just
know.
learned now.
So
New to PUBG.
on the replays, they show where you are and other people.
Okay, that makes sense. So I saw it once. The only time I noticed it
Yeah.
was a time where this guy shot my buddy, and I was gonna go pick him up because he stopped shooting at us. And I was like, okay, I don't think he knows where I am.
The coast is clear.
And then as soon as I run across, just dead.
I get what you're saying though, because one of the 2 times that I thought someone was cheating, I was hiding between these 2 houses. We were in a firefight. Like we were engaged with each other, but I ran between the 2 houses. I ran all the way to one end and then all the way back down to the other. Bullets are going on. He's not hearing my footsteps, but he tracked me all the way down and back and shot me as soon as I came back out without seeing me. And I get that seems fishy. That's the only. I mean, I don't know if he was hacking. It sure seemed like it.
So I don't know if you're understanding what I was saying. He was literally on
Well,
one side of the warehouse,
let-
following me with my head. Like he
Let's
was, like,
not get too
moving
much into salty
on my
stories because we're just
So
gonna
his
piss a lot of
cursor did
people
not
off
move from my
anyway.
head the entire time.
What I really wanted to talk about was that Fortnite lawsuit. What do you guys think of that? $150,000 to a 14-year-old kid who downloaded the hack off of a website. He didn't write the hack. I mean, he's 14 years old. I mean, I'm sure the kids that age can't.
Sure, there are some
crack
kids
code.
out there who can do it.
You also agreed to terms of service at the beginning of when you download that game.
Bingo. There is a terms of service. So,
Which
now
I'm
that-
sure he read from top to bottom.
I mean,
I-
I
like
know
we
I
all
do.
do, yeah.
I
Exactly.
I do.
Yeah.
So, but I just there's a lot of mixed reviews on it. Some people are saying, there's a lot of people out there who are saying, hell yeah, get this under control. I think this is something. I think it's something that you'll never beat.
Yeah, I say good for the company for doing it, but it's going to get thrown out.
Absolutely a
So
scapegoat for one thing, but
it's
like,
going to get thrown
how
out.
many of these cheaters do you have per day, and you pick out this one kid?
Well, that's fine because the case is going to get thrown out. It's just kind of it's a warning shot.
Absolutely. It's like this is a scapegoat warning shot. Hey guys, we're cracking down on this.
No court's going to prosecute a 14-year-old kid for cheating in a game.
150,000.
Yeah.
150,000. It's absurd. Well, it's quite literally absurd. It's like I don't know, but
Well, I got my $5 allowance this week. Is that going to cover it?
yeah.
Well,
for the next
do
time
that every
you
week
just-
for the next 256 years.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
There will be compounding interest.
hopefully I'll have a job by 20 if I leave my parents' house.
So no, I mean, those were the main things I wanted to talk about. The games are popular. They're popping. Tell us what you guys think. Do you prefer Fortnite or PUBG, and why isn't it PUBG?
Because if it's not, you're wrong.
One thing that I do want to bring up with the difference between the two of them, like I was saying, when the game first started, I swear there were times where buildings wouldn't render, but you could hear the butterflies fucking next to you.
Yeah.
That's how.
They invested so much into just the sound of the
Yes, which
is
like I
so
said,
important to the game.
it's hyper realistic, and I understand that. I think maybe the reason that I enjoyed playing Fortnite last night, which the only reason I downloaded Fortnite last night was because it was free. Just throwing that out there. If it wasn't free, I probably wouldn't have got it. But the reason that maybe I enjoyed Fortnite more last night was because I'm tired of the hyperrealism. I don't know.
Yeah, it's different strokes for different folks.
It takes a lot of. I mean, there's times when I finish like my third or fourth game of PUBG and I'm like, oh, I need a break.
Yeah.
Like I physically can't take this right now. I'm so like just distraught because you'll get to an end of a game where it's a really close game and you're just kind of like, I can't do this. I can't do this.
Yeah, I mean, it ultimately comes down to personal preferences. Personally, for me, when I'm playing a shooter, I want it to be realistic. Right. I don't want it to be realistic. I want it to be on one of the scale or the other.
Right.
Either hyper real or Halo.
I think.
But in Halo, your bolts do go to a straight line. As we're in Fortnite, you could take your assault rifle from this far away to Matt, and it's just like,
Well, yeah,
did I hit
It's
him?
because you suck at shooting.
No, it's actually that's how it's supposed to be.
I've seen
But-
it a lot more than all of us probably have. And I've seen people like Tim Tatman play it, Summit play it,
Drake.
played it. I didn't watch that one, but I need to watch the VOD for that one. That and a million other people that did. I think that, and you do have to jump around all the time. Okay.
So we're playing last night, and we're sneaking up on these two guys, and Devon's over here, jump. I'm just like,
You can catch
What are
it,
you doing?
You can catch it on my VOD last night.
Hey, no
Twitch.
plugs. No plugs.
Twitch.tv
Everyone interrupt him.
/TaterBoy09.
Plugs.
Plugs. I personally think you like Fortnite better because you've played a lot less PUBG than anybody else in
That's
our
not
group.
true.
No, well, if
I bought
No,
it
like-
months before you got it.
Yeah, but I've played. I bet I have double the hours than you do. So I think
Jack,
I think that friend.
let's not make this a personal competition.
Double the hours and half chicken
I'm
dinners.
not trying to argue that.
Half a
I'm-
zero, still zero.
I just feel like at this point.
No, I know he's got one.
I think if
I do
people,
have one.
If people like this talk, leave a comment. Maybe you can convince all four of us to play a game of PUBG together. We'll record it, put it on Twitch or something. I think it'd be hilarious.
The chicken dinner is also on my Twitch channel as well.
His one chicken
Yeah,
dinner.
you'll get to see me carry him to victory.
I did get the final kill.
No, it's a great game. If you haven't tried it, I suggest trying it out. But I mean, really, that's all I got on those two games. I thought the lawsuit was great. Oh, one more thing, and I just figured this out today. PUBG is now available on phones.
Yeah, I saw that. It's like,
Yeah.
really?
Have you seen how the controlling system?
Oh,
works?
so I think it's going to be a great way to get microtransactions out of kids who don't have a PC. I think so. There's so many people on console, mostly PS4, actually only PS4, who can't play PUBG, who've heard everything about PUBG, and don't care to invest into a PC, who are just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to download something on my iPad and actually play the game.
I think
So
is PUBG's on consoles, isn't it?
It's on Xbox.
It is.
It's on Xbox.
Yeah.
That's it.
The big question for the mobile game is the M4 still grossly overpowered?
It's not even grossly overpowered in this game. It's my favorite gun.
It is my favorite gun. because it's grossly overpowered.
It's everyone's favorite gun.
No,
It is.
so what? Okay,
It's the universal weapon.
I'd say let's just take a quick minute to go over your favorite primary and your favorite secondary guns.
That's what I was going
All
to
right, all right. So first off,
What if,
I think it's safe
what
to
if your
say
favorite gun from each class?
we're gonna
Favorite gun for each
No.
class. That's it.
assault rifle. No, we'll take too much time.
That'll take way
We're
too
gonna
much
we're gonna pick our favorite two weapons to carry. One of them cannot be an M4. That's pretty obvious for everybody.
So the Scar it is.
You read me like a book, John.
I personally like rocking the SKS.
Okay.
I used
It's
to like the
very,
SKS.
very good sniper rifle, and it's good for me because I miss, so I need to be able to shoot again real fast. The Car 98 is probably stronger, but it takes 10 times longer.
Oh, they're gone
You also
already.
can't see where the bullet hits because it kicks so.
That's the main problem. Yeah.
But the car, if you can hit with Car 98, it's probably arguably the best sniper rifle.
It's very satisfying to hit with the car.
It is.
Because you shoot and then your gun kicks up so fast, you don't even see what's happening. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden it says, you've knocked so-and-so. I'm like, oh,
Okay,
There
I got
was-
it.
yep.
So my second gun, and for the sake of not saying the Scar, I'm probably just going to go ahead and go with an AKM, straight up.
Now the AKM.
Well,
they just buffed it.
They buffed it and made it so that it does
Ooh,
more
that's
damage.
a good gun now.
So the AK-47 in general is a great assault rifle, but it does way more damage now because it does put out a heavier round. So
They also reduced the kick.
yep, it doesn't spray. You don't spray and pray near as much.
If you put a suppressor on the AK, I will take that over an M4.
Wow. Anywho, I think those two. I'm a big fan of synergizing your weapons, so you only have to carry one type of ammo. That's my thing. I only have to carry 200 rounds of 7.62 instead of 100 rounds of 5.56 and 7.62.
I personally like the other way around. I like having one of each.
Depends on how lucky you get with the ammo, I think.
It just depends. It depends on that backpack.
And
Really,
it
if
all
I've got a level
depends on
1
the
backpack,
RNG.
I want the same type. If I
So,
go level 2 or
I'm
above,
never
then I
guaranteed to
carry
get that
two.
loadout every game.
There's 3 different guns. Well, I guess there's more than 3, but there's 3 different assault rifles that use 5.56.
Yep.
And there's one that uses 7.62. And there's a
Yep.
revolver and then the car, right? Is there anything else I'm missing?
And the SKS.
SKS. So you have the 4 guns for that, but I think there's more guns that use 5.56.
The SKS, the car, the revolver.
You also don't have to
and-
carry as much ammo
the
though if you're
AKM.
using an SKS. 'cause
That's the thing.
You don't need
That's why I
150
don't-
bullets.
Well, see, that's why I think it's great to have a sniper rifle and an assault rifle.
Yeah.
But those are my favorite two. What about you guys?
My thing is put a weapon in my hands and I'm going to kill someone.
Oh, very cocky.
So,
No.
like, I'm not counting like the pistols and the shotguns. I don't care about
Blake
that
gets
shit,
a gun and he's like, let's go kill people.
I've
It doesn't
I've
matter.
killed people with the sawed off before. That's my crown
I mean,
achievement.
I do that. Like,
That was at the very beginning. of the game.
I like the ump a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
UMP is a very good gun.
But if we're going AR, it's got to be Scar. If it's not M4. As for my sniper,
Do that down
I definitely prefer the mini over everything.
You prefer the mini as a sniper?
Yes, the mini is a very strong sniper.
It's actually the worst sniper.
No, it is, but it's the best for me.
It's the worst sniper in the game, but it is the strongest one.
It depends on your play style. I think the Mini 14 has less bullet drop, and it's spammable.
Yeah,
So
so
I can tap people 3 or 4 headshots before they even know where it's coming from.
I think I'd prefer to have an AR over the mini. I prefer to have an M16 over the mini.
No,
Personally.
the M16 is a gun that I pick up until I find another gun.
So the reason behind this is I think the M16 and the mini, I don't know what the actual damage is, but it feels like they're about the same.
A mini, well, a lot of guns will, but a mini will 2-tap anyone in the helmet, no matter what helmet they've got.
Okay.
And it will 3-tap anyone in the chest, no matter what chest they have.
John, what are your 2 favorite guns?
Well, you said the Scar, and the mini.
Yeah.
So his 2 favorite guns are the Scar and the Mini. How about you, Devin?
We can talk about the guns that we like and argue about it.
So I'm gonna pick 2 guns that they haven't decided, that you guys haven't talked about yet, because, well, okay, one of them you guys have talked about. I do like the Kar 98. I've recently picked that up, and I suck with it, but I love shooting it. And I did get a headshot once. I saw this guy just randomly running. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna take a shot. I took the shot, 1 kill instantly, and I was like, it was the greatest moment of my
one
PUBG.
shot, a level 2 helmet or below.
The air horn and the MLG.
Oh my god! But
It's
my
slash GG button on this.
well, I just alt F4 at that point because it doesn't matter.
GG no read.
I'll have to show you guys a video after this of my Kar 98 action.
Blake will walk over with no gun, see a car. Better not. Walk over with his bare fist.
Yeah, it's like I'll trust my fists in this fight.
That's me with the Uzi. I was like, yeah, I got this.
The Uzi is ridiculously strong if you're like 2 feet away from the person.
That's what I mean.
If you put a buttstock
If you can
and
get
an
one.
extended mag on an Uzi,
I
think it'll do some work.
It's a specific stock for the Uzi.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
There's no-
They're everywhere though. It's the thing.
I find those a lot too.
That's also why I like carrying the ump, is because SMG attachments are everywhere. In that game.
My other favorite is actually the S12K because I love shotguns and they're an automatic shotgun. It's not ideal, I understand it, but it is my favorite gun in the game.
So
It's good for early game.
Yeah. Well, especially like trying to kill people in a condensed area, or even if you're like me, where you camp and you guard a staircase.
You're like me, where you absolutely are suck. So.
Yeah.
You'll never convince me otherwise, though, that the best weapon to land on to start a game if you land in a hot area is the AK. If you land on an AK and get 30 bullets, you're going to win that city.
Dang.
I prefer the break open shotgun.
I prefer the pump.
Not even good. Does most damage really. You
Yeah,
do
you get-
you do a chest shot with that one. It's a one hit kill.
Yeah, it's a one-hit kill in the head with AK. 1 bullet. Done.
Anywho, I think that's enough of PUBG.
Fine, we'll just skip my favorite guns.
You said the Scar and the Mini.
No, he was
No,
talking
those were his.
What's yours?
Other than the M4, I'm a tie between the Scar and the AK right now because I haven't used the newer AK enough. And then the car I've been recently getting into because I know it's a one-hit kill for a headshot.
Yep.
So I've been trying to use it even though I'm not the best with it.
Yep.
But yeah, again, I'm pretty happy. Like if I get even just an ump or whatever, at that
UMP
point,
is very
at
strong.
that point, I'm gonna go hunt someone and take their weapons.
True.
I'll let them do the looting for me.
So what do you guys want to talk about?
You got
Well, you had some video game stuff.
I did a few video game things. There's a video game came out today. Sea of Thieves.
not sponsored.
Not sponsored. But
Well,
But it
want
can
to.
be. But it can be.
I don't know if you guys have heard of the
Infinite
game
Roundabout
or
at
watched anything on it,
gmail.com.
but
Left you hanging.
I know Devon and I have looked at
Found
a
right
few
now.
things about Sea of Thieves. Have you guys heard anything or watched anything about it?
So I've watched. Shout out to Funhouse
Funhouse.
and Cow Chop. I've watched those 2 channels play Sea of Thieves, and I mean, it looks like it could be a really fun game to play with your friends. That's the thing.
What if you don't have any friends?
Well,
Blake's biggest issue.
I know I have 2 friends, Devin and John.
So,
High five, buddy.
I think it would be from the videos I watched Achievement Hunter and Funhouse play it. I think the biggest worry on that game for me personally, I don't think it has a ton of replay value.
No, absolutely.
I think you'd be playing it for a day and you'd be like, I'm good.
Yeah. I won't deny that it does look like a fun game, especially to play with friends.
It's really fun.
I think being me, I know John and I personally are really big Rooster Teeth fans. They have a lot of. Oh, yep. There it is.
His
That's
shirt
a fun house
says
shirt.
love and sex stuff. If you didn't see that,
Nice.
but I'm assuming that has something to do with Rooster Teeth.
The thing that I think Rooster Teeth does really well with a lot of their community channels is showing off good multiplayer games to play with your friends. So Sea of Thieves is definitely something that if I found enough people who wanted to play it, I'd play it with them.
So I don't know what this game is or know anything about it, but I did see a Reddit post today of a guy saying he was 5 hours into the game and exhausted all the content already.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's because from what I saw on the Let's Plays that I watched on it, you with your friends on a pirate crew. There's no as far as I know in the beta at least, there was no assigned roles to people. It was kind of just you do this, you do this, you do this.
Well, I think that's what makes it fun for friends.
Yeah,
where it's no one's going to be the ship captain.
No, I'm the captain this time.
but it seemed like it. I don't know if they're changing this from the beta.
Like a captain of shit. Confused.
Okay.
But vote him off the island.
Off the island.
Off the island. Blake, you've been voted off the island.
But I think
convenient because I do have to pee.
It seemed very much like it was here's a treasure map. Go find treasure on an island. A couple skeletons that you'd slice up, and then you'd leave, and you'd go back and you'd turn in your ship, and you get another map, and you'd go find another buried treasure. I don't know if that was just the beta content, or if that's the actual full game content.
I think they have a lot more work to do. I think the game caught some hype through a lot of gaming YouTube channels, and they released it early with what we say, where there's just not a lot to do. So they need to get cracking and put.
I think you can't fight a kraken.
Put a lot more different quests in there. Maybe add a PvP element.
There is
ship fighting.
You can fight. There are it's a multiple people are in this world.
I didn't see that.
So you can be flying with your ship, and there's another group of people
because it was early access.
Friends, and there were at least in the Funhouse video, I think, or maybe it was Achievement Hunter.
Yeah, no,
but they were playing. They were like another ship, go fire at them, and they fought each other and got sunk and were terrible. But I think that would be really fun. But I think that's the only PvP aspect they have. You can board ships, take over their stuff, and take their loot. I think is what you can do.
You think?
That's what I saw, and I don't know if they're real people or not. They might have just been NPCs in the game. But
you guys carry on.
Blake's going to intermission take a piss break.
So I'm going to stretch out back here. You get the full mat. Right there. But yeah, Sea of Thieves, right? Pretty neat.
We could cut this part out, probably.
Oh, absolutely not. This is Stan. What are we looking at for time?
I've been doing it for almost 50 minutes.
So we're almost at an hour. So
I got a few more things I want to talk about.
Go for it.
Well, we'll wait for Blake to get back for the later topics.
So let's just keep spitballing, and I'll keep flexing.
That's over here. You got any of them dumbbells?
Yep. Just me and all my glory.
That's my thoughts on Sea of Thieves. I think it looks really fun for about 10 hours. And then...
Unless you drink a lot of rum.
Ooh, there you go.
That is true.
Get wasted while drinking it, then you got a whole 3 hours.
You also listen to pirate metal the whole time.
Pirate metal. You want to do some shout out to your favorite pirate metal band?
Yeah, we can do... Shout out to Hailstorm.
Hailstorm, yes.
That's a pirate metal band?
Yeah.
Ailstorm.
Why is it Hailstorm? I was like,
nope.
Totally different.
Shout out to Hailstorm as well.
Yeah, Lizzie, if you're listening to this.
Give me a ring. But it did look really fun. I hope they add more content. It's a $60 game, so hopefully they do add more content.
$60?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
$59.99 plus tax.
It's almost like it's a full game.
It's a brand new game that just came out. Welcome back, bud.
Hey, thanks.
It's been 84
I
years.
didn't feel like I had anything to contribute to that conversation anyway, so
Fair enough.
it's a good time to take a break.
We've been muted this whole time.
Oh, yeah. It's okay, we didn't say anything important anyways.
There is a game coming out. I don't think it's even this year.
Isn't that the point, though?
Yeah.
There's a game coming out. I don't even think it's this year that the game's coming out, but I'm really excited for it, and I'm really nervous about it at the same time. It's called Anthem. I don't know if you guys have heard of it or watched anything on it.
I watched the one that Fergie did, the NBA All-Star game.
Not the same thing.
Good. I think I'm very happy.
That was any indication of how the game was going to go.
So it seems it's very little been released on it, but it seems to be a post-apocalyptic type world where you have mech suits, and it's like a Destiny like shooter looter type game is what it seems to be.
Speaking of disappointing games.
Yeah, Destiny 2, unfortunately. Hopefully they do that same thing they did with Destiny 1, where it was super disappointing, and they came up with a bunch of extra content that made the game amazing, apparently. So
I don't know. I gave up after like.
I gave up
20
after
minutes.
the first, like, after I got to the moon, I was like, yeah, this game's not that fun.
Yep.
No,
I
I
did.
it-
And then
so-
I did the same thing on Destiny 2.
Destiny 2 actually was a very slow starting game. I played through that game. I've got max level and all that fun stuff. Well, for what I haven't played in a long time. I guess I'm not giving myself a good case here. So I stopped playing Destiny 2 about the same time I started playing PUBG.
Coincidence?
But no, I like once you started getting better weapons in Destiny 2, it became a lot more.
It was just really disappointing to me because it was such a beautiful looking game.
It was
It was so boring to play.
in the beginning.
But
Once you get to like the third, fourth, and like fifth different planet you can go to, they have a lot of cool, escapes. And
Maybe I'll have to check it out again. I probably
I'll play with you.
but
We'll power level you.
I'm like level 13.
that's the problem with those kind of games. I hate being power level when you haven't played the actual game. That
that's-
happened to me with
that's fair.
Diablo. That's why I don't like
fair.
Diablo.
Well, yeah,
That's a
fair.
strong opinion
So-
to have.
Like a friend of John and I's, Kyle, he got me into Diablo 3. And he says, yeah, we'll just power level you and get quick. I was like, now! So we go through it together, mid-level. And we
Yeah,
did.
I
And
bet.
I played...
Ride together,
my
die
character,
together.
He played a character he'd never had before. And he was bragging about how good his barbarian was. And I started a witch doctor. And then I did power level a barbarian with a buddy of mine. Got like a full suit of armor and weapons, and my barbarian's like 10 times better than his.
There you go.
Anywho,
But Anthem, back to this,
Yeah.
just real quick. So you get like a mech suit. You can pick between like the super tanky one, the balanced one, and I think it seems like a wizardy class. I haven't done it. I don't know if there's actual research to be done yet on this game yet or not, but it looks really fun by the gameplay trailer that they released.
Wasn't it just at E3 last year?
It was last year, and then
so-
I think it got pushed back to next year
Yeah,
for
I think
release.
so too.
The only problem with this game is the person who made it.
EA.
EA.
That's going to be a no for me, dog.
That's the problem. So it looks incredible. I'm so excited. The problem is EA's running it, and what you're doing is you're making mech suit, like customizable mech suits. And
Right.
guess what that means?
Brace yourselves. The microtransactions are coming.
Bring out your wallet. Here's the new ray gun and the new rocket launcher on your back.
Pay to play.
Speaking of E3, it has been all but confirmed that Halo 6 will be on PC.
Wow.
How cool is
From
that?
release?
Yeah. That's going to be amazing.
wow. I stopped at Halo
Super
3.
excited.
Dude, Halo 3 was like the pinnacle of Halo
Absolutely.
Online.
Halo Online. I think
Yes.
Halo 2 is the best game.
Yeah, probably.
The
I
best
would agree with
game
that.
Yeah.
or best online?
Best game.
Best game.
Really? I
Yeah.
disagree.
I personally. I'm not.
I have a soft spot for 1, but 2 I think was better.
I wouldn't consider myself a Halo expert by any means.
I didn't like 2 that much.
I had so
2
much
was-
fun playing Halo.
It might,
could not-
it might be nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be because I hated the Arbiter parts. That could have been why.
That wasn't 3, was
2.
it?
That's 2. You get the Arbiter as a partner in 3. You never, unless you play co-op, you never play as the Arbiter in 3. In 2,
okay, yeah,
you go through the different missions.
been a while
you
since I
do
played them.
you play as Master Chief for a little while, switch over to Arbiter for 2 or 3 levels, back and forth. But everyone's gonna rub on
I'm going to have to ask you
Blake's
guys.
lazy.
But Halo 5, so 4 was trash. Like the online of that game was just the worst thing they'd ever done to a Halo game. But then they made like a really good.
And then they came out with
redemption
Black
for it.
Ops 3, and then they came out with Halo 5.
So they made Halo 5, and like the online was actually really cool.
It was fun.
I've just moved past console gaming.
I think so too.
I can't stay with it anymore. It's just not for me. I'm all PC at this point.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I got my PC, my console became a
Yeah,
redheaded
the only-
stepchild.
The only,
I use it for Madden. That's it.
I use it for Madden.
I
and
beat
then
it in Madden.
The only reason I ever bought a PlayStation 4 was for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, so that's the same thing.
And we see how long this has been taking with Sigma Watch. But was expecting that game to come out this year and the year before.
See, I bought PlayStation because I wanted to play Horizon Zero Dawn, which I will give that a 10 out of 10. That game is amazing. I highly recommend everyone plays that.
I like Naughty Dog games. That's why I got a PS4.
Oh, like Uncharted.
I loved Uncharted. I loved The Last of Us. I know that's like a popular or unpopular opinion. There's no in between. But
It's very like you love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
for that
It's a
game.
zombie game, isn't it?
The
Last
Last of Us
yeah.
is. I think most people hate it because it's not like really fast paced.
Yeah.
It's very slow developing story.
I never played it, but I
But-
watched someone play a lot of it.
I heard
so.
that it's good because of the story.
It-
You can
it-
get through the
I
story.
like the story. It's not like I played it for the. I played them both for the story. If you're playing just to get some 360 no scopes, it's not.
You ain't getting it. You can try.
You can sure try.
Pulls out your sniper. 360 no scope.
Keep going. He's almost done,
Wait.
and he missed.
Last of Us 2 is coming out.
And
Yeah, I will play it, and
Red Dead 2.
people, Rockstar, great games. I love me some
Red Dead 2.
open world games. I'm excited. I love Red Dead Redemption is my favorite Rockstar game.
Really?
I never got into GTA.
I was gonna say over GTA.
I've played a handful of GTAs.
Have you?
I
played,
just
played the newest one?
I love the Western 5.
Yeah.
I played GTA.
GTA's lost its appeal
so-
for me. I used to be really
I
into
tried.
it. Lately, I just don't.
I've tried it. Since GTA 3, and that's the first one I played. I tried playing the story. I tried with GTA 4. I tried with GTA 5.
I thought GTA.
I just drop it halfway through. I get bored with it.
I thought the story in GTA 5 was incredible.
I don't think the game's bad.
No,
It personally just doesn't. The story, the narrative of it just doesn't appeal to me. I don't get a rise from being a hardened criminal, I guess, unless we're talking Sly Cooper, then yeah. But I loved Red Dead Redemption because it's just like the truest Western game you could ever play, And
I never actually finished Red Dead.
I didn't finish it
such
either,
a good.
actually.
That's such a good game. Am I the only one who
I don't think I ever actually played it. I think I played
all
a
the way
little
through.
bit.
I played it all the way through.
I had probably,
super
like,
into it. It's
20 hours into it, but I never finished.
There's a lot to it, and it's very enveloping, and there's a lot you can do during the story, so it drags the story out, just like GTA, really. But I just found the story in it more gripping.
40 hours in, probably should start that main mission.
Yeah,
quest, I guess.
basically.
It's like
Gotta stop bringing these
Hunted every
hookers.
animal
Yeah.
in the
That
plains.
is exactly
cowboy
how,
hookers on your horse.
that is exactly how Final Fantasy 15 is. If you've ever picked that up, I recently played that, and I was
Played or playing?
currently playing.
I was gonna say.
Currently
Played
still
it
playing.
once.
I thought you said you
Well,
saw that last week. And there's
Yeah,
no
I've
way you're done.
I've
with
played 25 hours of it. I've only spent like 5 hours doing actual missions because I was started side quest. Oh, okay, that side quest leads into another side quest. Oh, okay, well I guess I'll do this. Oh, I have 500,000 gold and I'm only level 40, but I'm only on chapter 2.
Yeah.
That's if I had one criticism of Horizon Zero Dawn, it would be that there's a lot of side quests, and I get distracted with those. So when I get to the main story, it's like I'm 15 levels higher than I should be for this. This is super easy.
We're perfectionists in that aspect. It's like we try to complete all the side
I think
quests
we all
before
are,
you get to the main
actually.
quest. I think they should change something about that to where maybe you don't gain as much XP from side quests, but you get more like say
Maybe they just scale the level.
I was gonna say, or what you could do is be like
Scale
Skyrim
it.
and Fallout and just
Scale it.
scale the game to your level.
That's where Bethesda got it right. Nice. That's very
kind
excellent.
of. I mean, you get real strong in Skyrim.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think if you're talking about like a game that has like areas of the map, then you only scale to a certain point because you obviously want to be able to go back and just destroy shit later when you're really powerful.
I think Horizon you get to like different areas.
You,
right?
you do. So you could kind of work at that, but it's not. There's not like that defined area, so it'd be tougher in that game.
Well, I mean, the only thing you can think of doing is just scaling everyone to your level and having. I know there's different mechs in that game.
You could scale
so,
the missions to your level. 'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
When you start a mission, you're on that mission,
Yeah.
so you could scale all that stuff while you're in it.
So like each mech just gets a little bit stronger as you level up. So it
Yeah.
gets this much, a little bit more HP. It does this much more damage per level that you get to kind of keep it even.
So we're sitting about an hour here. You want to bring up your
Sure.
some stuff that you want
Well,
to talk
I
about?
kind of
Okay,
wanted
I'll
to
do.
start with. I was going to hop into music here, and Today is a sad day. It is Chester Bennington's birthday. He's honestly one of the voices of our generation.
Especially, I'd say, I know speaking for myself and not necessarily you three, but for all of us, I remember Linkin Park probably being like one of the first 3 CDs I've owned.
Yeah, I was trying to actually today remember when I first started listening to Linkin Park. I can't remember like an exact day.
Hybrid Theory was one of
But
my first.
I know in 2nd grade I was listening to Hybrid Theory.
I remember the first time that One Step Closer actually aired the music video on MTV or VH1, whichever one it is. I remember watching that for the first time, and I was like, "These guys are insane."
I just
Well,
remember.
I love this song.
They were so different from everything. It's like there was rock and there was hip hop and rap
Is there?
for the era.
Yeah.
But then Linkin Park took like honestly the best of both.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That
just
one
made
was
it
like
their own.
that album was like immediately click. Like this is a masterpiece.
I still think Hybrid Theory is probably regarded as their best album.
Yeah, and when I put that album in today, it's still I get it pulls me back in time. It's like
Thanks.
this is the exact same masterpiece that I listened to 15, 20 years, however long ago it
Yeah.
was.
I read from an article.
2001, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right. I read from an article. I can't quote it now. It's from a few years ago, but they said that is the most influential album of what would be our generation.
I'd say
I mean,
I'd heavily
it was a
agree.
masterpiece.
Argue
it
it.
was.
Name another one. That's what I'm. You can't. That's the point of
Yeah, I
getting
mean, the
at.
only one that would even come to mind is really before our generation, which would be Nevermind.
Exactly.
Kids Bop.
Kids Bop,
Edition.
12.
No,
Now that's
yeah.
what I call music.
Linkin
the one
Park.
with the Linkin Park song on it.
Yeah, no, Linkin Park. I'm sure all of us here could say that we love that band very much so, and I think all of us were pretty distraught when the news broke last year.
Didn't believe it.
Yeah, no,
Believe
it's mucho respecto for Chester Bennington and what he did with his life.
Well, now that I've drugged the
Yeah,
podcast
completely drug it down.
let's bring this back up with. I kind of wanted to go through. I kind of wanted to do. I call it a music of the week. I just wanted to get everyone's take of what they've been into this particular week. It doesn't have to be anything like new. Just what you were jamming out to this week.
Oh, mine's definitely new.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What you
so
got?
arguably one of my favorite bands, Parkway Drive. They have released 2 new songs in the last couple weeks, one of them being last week. And I probably have listened to those same 2 songs over and over and over again for like the last 2 weeks. I'm notorious in my group of friends for taking a song and just beating it into the dirt until no one can listen to it anymore, so I listen to it 100 more times. But Parkway Drive, I've been listening to them for years. I have 2 Parkway Drive tattoos. They're one of my favorite bands.
See that after this.
They're on my ribs, so we'll show you. But I met Winston from Parkway Drive. I love the band absolutely. So May 4th, their new album comes out in 44 days today. And I have dubbed it the season of Parkway Drive, and I will be listening to Parkway Drive for months to come.
So when I ask
until their new album comes out,
when I ask
when I
this
listen to them
question
for another
next
month.
week, it's going to be Parkway Drive.
Most likely. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, what about you?
Parkway Drive.
Well, I rediscovered a band from my childhood called their name's Splendor.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Telling you about them. They had 2 albums. After I looked a little bit further, they had 2 albums. But one album, the very first one, my dad just happened to stumble upon it. I don't know how I don't even know how it happened, but he got it, and that was when that was when CDs were big. So we listened to it.
What?
What?
CDs?
Oh,
What is this?
Yeah, I'm kind of dating myself, I guess. Isn't that sad?
We're in our 20s.
I know.
We're so old.
They still set CDs, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
I don't know. I haven't bought them for years. But yeah, just happened to come across this album. Their album's called Halfway Down the Sky. It's held up pretty well, but it's kind of like a basically like early 2000s alternative is the best way I can describe it. So it's not heavy, it's not too soft, but it's like right in that medium middle. But I don't think that there's a song on there that I'm like, I kind of want to skip this song. There's not a single song on there. It's just, I feel like it's one of the best diamonds in the rough that he just happened to find, and I'm glad I rediscovered it. Amazon Prime.
Shocker,
It's
bro.
great. Not sponsored.
But it can be.
Yeah, but it can.
This could be your name here.
Amazon Prime. Call me up. Is it Jeff Bezos? Jeff
so.
Bezos.
Hey, what up, Jeff? Give me a call.
Or Elon.
Or email. It's fine.
Email me, Elon.
So another new album coming out, either comes out or just came out. I need to check this, but Little Dicky,
Ooh, the best.
the rapper, either just came out with a new album or is coming out with one very, very soon. So I need to double check. I was actually about to look it up. I need to hear it because I love Little Dicky.
I didn't know this, but I'm actually super hyped for this because
No,
that guy,
seriously,
that
he's
guy
got
makes
some
great music.
Great music. It's incredible. If you've never heard of Little Dicky, go check him out. Watch his YouTube videos because they make every song way better.
Well, you Capitan.
I think my artist of the week, or I guess more accurately, album of the week, would be Rage Against the Machine self-titled album. I have been jamming out to that this week.
I have that on vinyl.
It's
solid.
I mean, that's talk about a masterpiece. That album right there. It's just so much passion in that music.
Parkway Drive covered a Rage Against the Machine song. They did a really good job.
Which one?
Bulls on Parade.
Oh, okay.
And Jeff, the guitarist from Parkway Drive, did Tom Morello justice, I might say.
It's not an easy thing to
It's
do.
not
No,
easy
it's
to
not. I was very nervous. I was like, oh god, they're playing that.
I've seen Tom Morello do a solo where he takes the jack out of his guitar and just hits it against his hand, and that's his solo, and it makes a weird noise. He's like, that's it.
That is some of the funnest part about playing guitar. Just like finding weird noises that you didn't know you were.
That's music.
Yeah, especially considering like it's not even that he's playing this; it's that he had to come up with
Yeah,
this.
the fact that he created that.
Yeah, it's insane.
He was
to
very
know that.
ingenuitive
It's
with the
like,
guitar.
hey guys, check this out.
And they're like, wow, we can work with that.
You think he told
You
the
got
band that
30
he did that?
seconds to do whatever you want.
Do you think he told the band that he did that, or he was just like,
Check this out.
maybe?
Yeah, that's a good one. Rage Against the Machine, solid pick.
That's a good one.
So, since we're talking about music and albums, I figured we could close this out with a game.
Who's keeping score?
I've got scorekeeping right here.
Yeah, we should definitely.
This is a bad idea.
Since I'm not actually
Well,
playing
I remember.
the game, we'll
Well,
keep score.
let's flash back to our very first 0.5 episode where Blake tried to rip me off of a point.
Well, to be fair, last time I was keeping score and playing the game. This time I will not.
Shout
be
out to
playing
the
game.
D&D book
That was,
as a.
yeah, the 3.5.
All right, so what I did is I was kind of, we had fun with the Oscars game.
Yeah, we did.
Thought that was a good addition to the show, so I wanted to kind of incorporate a game here. So I just took a little scroll through my Spotify library, and I was just looking at album titles, and it kind of stuck out to me that some of these album titles you wouldn't really associate with the band name. So
Oh god.
I wanted to play a little game of I picked popular artists and picked an album title of theirs. And I want you to try and figure out which band it belongs to.
I like
This
this.
is multiple choice. You'll have 4 options.
Like
I'll
this.
read all of the options. You'll each say who you think it is, and we'll go from there.
Are we
do it.
going to go? So what we should do is we should go in order the first round, and whoever. I don't know.
Everyone will submit their answer, then I'll reveal.
It doesn't matter. If it's anything by Parkway Drive or Day to Remember or Wage
So
War.
this was
Wage War.
Wage
That's
War.
fake.
This was from my Spotify library, so it's
So
gonna
it's
be
none
more
of
relevant to me.
those. None of those.
I feel like some of these should probably be pretty easy. Some of them might be a little more obscure.
I hope there's a self-titled album.
I know. I did not do a self-titled. That would have been tough to do. But I'm pretty confident you're going to know at least one of these just because I'm pretty sure we've talked about it
Pretty
before.
sure. All right, let's do it.
There are 23 of these, so we'll just...
Oh
my
god.
How many pages you got?
ACT? It'll go pretty quick.
All right. I'm really bad at testing.
I'm actually stressed now.
This is actually convenient because I set up a little scorecard here and you guys are sitting in the order that's
Ah,
the card
perfect.
is,
Oh,
so.
perfect.
Calculated.
Yep, that was master planning on my part.
This whole show's scripted.
Well, I've got the script right here. The first album is called The Resistance. Is it A, Imagine Dragons, B, Rage Against the Machine, C, Muse, D, Pennywise?
He's trying to trick us.
Honestly, I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess Muse.
I'm gonna guess Pennywise because I know a lot of the albums from the other people, and I don't think that's it.
I will go with Imagine Dragons.
That is a point for whoever said Muse. That's you.
That would have been my first guess, but I wanted to be.
I mean, I totally knew. I was just playing with you guys.
Oh, okay. Cheater.
This guy. I know a lot of albums by these other guys, and I'm pretty sure it's Pennywise.
Nice. I would think this one would be fairly easy, but I guess it just depends what you're into. Garage Inc.
Oh my god.
Is this Megadeth, Metallica, Judas Priest, Pantera?
I went first last time.
Well, I don't care. You guys can go in whatever order.
Metallica?
Go in order.
It's Metallica.
Metallica.
Because they're a bunch of shitheads.
All right, well, that's a point for everyone.
You should have announced that you knew. He's so
Keep
bad.
that in mind for next time.
Yeah, well, I
We'll
have a bad poker face.
Let's go first.
It's like, oh, I know this one. I was like,
All right, so
okay,
you
you
go
go
So I'll go first. I'll go first. on
Okay,
this
yeah,
one.
okay, we'll keep rotating around for first person. So.
I'll go first. on
Oh
this.
God.
All right, next one is Dark Before Dawn. Is this Seether, Breaking Benjamin, Coldplay, or Flyleaf?
Say the choices again.
Yeah, one more time.
The album is Dark Before Dawn. It's Seether, Breaking Benjamin, Coldplay, Flyleaf.
We'll go Flyleaf.
I feel like this is Breaking Benjamin.
I think
Breaking
it is,
Benjamin.
but I don't want to say Breaking Benjamin.
That's everyone gets a point but John.
Because I thought it was Breaking Benjamin. I didn't want to say it.
This is a new one, right?
Yeah, that's their
next one.
Yeah.
Yep. Red Cold River, baby.
I would think this one would be pretty easy too, but again, if you're not into
That's
music,
Ember.
you won't know.
Ember's the new one that's coming out with Red Cold River on it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's gonna be a dope album too. All right, OK Computer. Is this Coldplay, The Killers, Muse, or Radiohead?
Let's say it again.
OK Computer.
Uh-huh.
Coldplay, The Killers, Muse, Radiohead.
Say it slower. You apparently
So the math, all the math. There.
I'm torn between two. I'm gonna go with the Killers.
can't. Radiohead.
I was gonna go Killers, so I'm gonna stick with that.
That's a point for Devon.
That was the other one I torn between. We're tied.
Number 5, Wasting Light. If anyone gets this one, I'll be genuinely surprised.
Wasting life.
Light.
Light.
This is Foo Fighters, Stone Temple Pilots, Audio Slave, or Pearl Jam.
Let me just.
Say the choices again. Just the choices.
Foo Fighters, Stone Temple Pilots, Audio Slave, Pearl Jam.
The first one you said.
Foo Fighters?
Yes.
Okay.
Pearl Jam.
I was gonna go with Stone Temple Pilots.
There's a point for Devon.
Nice.
I'm doing process of elimination.
He's got that whole wag going
Well,
on.
keep in mind, this came from my music library, so if you know anything about me, you can eliminate some of these
True.
choices.
We drunkenly fight about songs we love, so.
Yeah,
Alright.
dude. Valkyrie.
The
Fly
next
the
one.
Valkyries.
Licensed to Ill, Tech Nine, Flowbots, Beastie Boys, Wiz Khalifa.
One more time. Sorry.
That's yours.
This
Flowbots? Is that what we said?
This is
Yeah,
Licensed
Flowbots.
to Ill,
Tango
Tech Nine,
Boys.
Flowbots, Beastie Boys, Wiz Khalifa.
I'll go Wiz.
I think this is Tech 9.
Beastie Boys.
It's a point for Devon.
You guys fucking suck.
Dude, I don't know music.
Well, I'm sorry you two jerk each other off in your music libraries.
We have never talked about the Beastie Boys once.
That's true. Sorry, I'm cultured. Sorry.
I don't.
I don't listen to Parkway Drive and Wage War.
I listen to the Beastie Boys.
This one will probably be
I'm
another tough
cultured.
one. This is Yourself or Someone Like You. Is this Matchbox 20, Rise Against, The Offspring, or Sum 41?
I know it's not. Oh, I know it's not Sum 41 because that is one of my favorite bands. So what were the other three?
The Offspring, Rise Against, Matchbox 20.
I know it's not Rise Against.
You said
Unless it's one of
someone-
their new albums. 'cause that
someone-
was-
what is it?
Yourself or Someone Like You.
Unless that's one of Rise Against new albums, which I'm pretty sure it's not. So it's The Offspring or Matchbox 20. I'm going with Matchbox 20.
I'm gonna go with Matchbox 20.
That's
as
what I
well.
was gonna go with. That's why I did the whole Matchbox.
That's a point for everyone.
Woo!
I was surprised that anyone got that.
Same.
Matt's process of elimination.
Yeah,
is
I think that was
on
very,
for us.
very, very good for everybody who.
Matt
Was that
Stats over here.
Yeah, that was my round.
So these next two are pretty great, but you'll see why after I get to the second one. First one, Facelift. This is-
Facelift or left?
Facelift.
Lift.
This is Rage Against the Machine, Alice in Chains, A Perfect Circle, or Godsmack.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Alice in Chains.
Oh, that's what I was gonna go. Alison James. Actually.
All right. That is a point for
The
everyone.
only reason I know that is because the album art. Is that the one where he's in the heads in the?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I picked it because Alice is a girl's name and it's a facelift, and I don't know a guy who's ever. done a
And
facelift
Alice,
before.
usually girls named Alice have a face, so that was John's logic.
Yeah, that's good logic.
Logic.
Right there. Pretty infallible. So, going in theme, the next one is called Faceless. Your options are Rage Against the Machine, Alice in Chains, A Perfect Circle, or Godsmack.
Godsmack. I'm going first.
I don't know whose turn was it.
It's
was
John's,
mine.
but
It's John's.
it's Godsmack.
Godsmack, sure.
That was a point for everyone again.
Thanks, Dev.
You guys are
You're
cleaning it up.
appreciate it.
welcome.
I knew that one too.
You've already all got more right than I thought you would, so this is going
No faith. No faith, Captain.
Yeah, well, who's
Or
that
faith
out
no
by?
more.
Most people don't know album names.
I would have picked Devon to win this game, and I would have picked me to lose it.
All right, next one. Vulgar display of power.
Oh, this one.
Is this Megadeth, Pantera,
I'm not going to answer
Five
first
Finger
because I
Death
know what
Punch?
it is.
It's your
Judas
turn.
Priest.
I know the answer too.
It's your turn.
Do you know who it is?
It's none of your business.
Go first.
It's your
Actually,
turn.
okay, so John does have to go first this time.
Why?
right?
I know who it is.
So do I.
You have to go
We
first.
gotta do the
This is-
turn
We
order.
have to. We have to.
This
Get,
is
we,
a-
We're
we
doing
have to get
turn
some,
order.
We
You
have
guys
no.
can't
We have
just
to get some separation.
Throw away the turn order.
We
I
have to
already,
get
I already
some
gave
separation.
Matt a free win,
Yeah.
so
What was it again?
Vulgar display of power. Your options are Megadeth, Pantera, Five Finger Death Punch, Judas
One of my
Priest.
favorite
Five
guitarists.
Finger.
Pantera.
it's Pandora.
Yep.
That's an e. That's
I don't.
I would call that
keep
an
these-
easy
I don't
one.
keep
I
this
would.
kind of
I
knowledge.
wouldn't have been able to name you a Pantera album. So.
Dude, Dimebag is one of my favorite guitarists.
Shout out.
Rest in pieces.
All right.
We got shot.
Now we're getting into it. Revival. Is this Jeff Buckley, David Bowie, 50 Cent, or Eminem?
I think it was Eminem.
I think it was. I think I want to say Eminem too.
Eminem.
Without
It's a point for everyone.
Revival.
I tried to throw you guys off
I-
with Jeff Buckley.
I knew it as soon as you said
Was that his latest one?
Yeah. It's
Oh, yeah, it was.
and
Yeah.
it's pretty horrible if you ask me. But
That's what I've heard.
It's in his Spotify library.
I've heard it's just a big mixtape. Is all I've heard.
it's just like he does everything in his power to not establish any flow.
Dang, dude. Eminem, if you listen to this,
He rhymed.
Come at me. Your previous work was great, but this one sucked, man.
He rhymed the word orange.
with
That's
Door
it.
Hinge.
You did.
All right. If everyone in this room does not get this, I will be severely disappointed. The Hunting Party. Is this A, Linkin Park, B, Alice in Chains, C, Rise Against, D, The Killers?
Lincoln Park.
It's Linkin Park.
Mostly because we talked about it and you said I'll be disappointed, but Linkin Park, yes.
What was it?
What's the score looking like, Captain?
Looks like Devon's in the lead by 1 point.
Oh shit! That's that free point.
I'm trailing by
I should be
4.
by 2.
Right.
As expected.
Yeah.
Next album is Core. Is this Stone Temple Pilots, 21 Pilots, Pilot, or Pilots of Madness?
I'm gonna say Stone Temple Pilots.
I'll also go with Stone Temple Pilots.
Sure, we'll keep it so.
You gotta start guessing different so you can separate this score.
Nah, it's good. I'm good losing.
Alright, well, you got a point anyways because it was Stone Temple Pilots.
We gotta start making John.
If
go
the other
first.
two people that know me,
We'll say it at the same
it.
time.
Oh, that's a better idea.
I have to resort to that.
We had a system.
We
and
should
you
do
guys
it.
just threw
Same
it in
time.
the wind.
Same time.
Alright, we can do that just from here on out.
Same time.
Out of Exile. Is this Seether, Pussifer, Flyleaf, or Audio Slave?
Pussifer.
Oh no. We're gonna.
Good thing you said it at the same time, John.
On 3.
Same again.
Hold on.
Same again.
Same again. On 3. We'll announce it.
Seether, Pussifer, Flyleaf, Audio Slave.
What was
1,
the other one?
2. Okay, we're just going with it. 1, 2, 3. See
Audio
you.
Slave.
That is a point for Devon.
I thought it was Seether to start, but then at last second I was like, wait a minute, that has Cochise on it.
Nice. They're jerking each other off. That's what that
Alright.
noise is.
Mothership. Is this Styx, Leonard Skinner, The Doors, or Led Zeppelin?
Say it again.
One more time.
Mothership. What?
Mothership, Styx, Leonard Skinner, The Doors, Led Zeppelin.
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sticks. Sticks to Skinner.
Okay, what'd you guys all say?
I said sticks.
Styx.
Skinner.
Skinner.
Oh, Sticks.
Everyone got it wrong. That was Led Zeppelin.
Dang it.
Sorry.
Black Star. Is this David Bowie, Eric Clapton, Queen, or Billy Joel?
Block Star.
Yeah.
Say him again.
David Bowie, Eric Clapton, Queen, Billy Joel.
I have no idea.
3, 2.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Joel.
Queen.
Bowie.
Bowie.
I thought I was going first, but I know you left
I
both
have
of
no
those
idea.
two. I'm going off of bands that I know at this point.
That's an interesting call
That's-
because he loves David Bowie.
He loves both.
I like all 4 of those bands that I listed.
That's not the point.
Love and like is a different thing.
I'm doing. We're straying from rock, and my skill is going way down.
Pretty Hate Machine.
Okay.
Is this a perfect circle? Devon knows.
I'm not even gonna say it because you already know I know.
Alright. This is between you two. A perfect circle. 9 Inch Nails. Moby. Rage Against the Machine.
Pretty Hate Machine.
Yep.
You said the bands were what again?
A perfect circle. 9 Inch Nails. Moby.
Okay.
Rage Against the Machine.
3.
1, 2, 3.
Perfect
Nine Inch
circle.
Nails.
9 Inch Nails is correct.
And I would have gotten nails as well.
Yeah.
I know you guys have been jerking off about Perfect
Yeah.
Circle recently, so that's why I picked that.
Well,
true.
that was the one that I was talking about. It's like, I swear if Devon doesn't get this, I don't even know who he is. As a person.
Devon's been sleeping with the host. I call it unfair advantage.
Hey, you know, you could have done that too.
There's been no sleep.
The Way of the Fist. This is Godsmack, Alice in Chains, Five Finger Death Punch, or Death Death Die.
This is coming from Panda, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the
You guys ready?
skadoosh.
1, 2, 3.
Death
Five
Punch.
Finger
Death
Death
Punch.
Punch.
Yep, that is apparently very easy.
They're very predictable.
That was a good
And-
album.
I don't like Five Finger Death Punch.
Well, that makes sense. That's fine.
And all of you
I can.
are saying, "Alright."
That's okay. So I understand why you don't like them because
Yeah,
it's
5
always
laps.
the same song over and over again. I get it.
I mean, you can say the same about my stuff. It just doesn't hit my fancy.
No, I don't think you can because when all you do in like Five Finger Death Punch songs is just guitar riff and then that's it. Then I don't.
And then get sued. By
I
everyone.
love Five Finger Death Punch, but I just don't think their music is.
I think they have a
creative.
good sound.
They have a great sound.
I think they're just too. They're the basic new metal. You know, they are the poster child of new metal.
They're
It's just-
they're new Disturbed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can say that.
just not as good.
All right, let's keep going.
All right. V is for Vagina. Is
Okay.
this Pussifer, 9 Inch Nails, Lacuna Coil, Young Jeezy?
1.
1, 2, 3.
Pussifer.
I actually knew that though.
It
I should get double points for actually.
It
knowing
should have
that.
been. It should have been pretty easy
You
based
don't
on the
post for
album name.
crying
To
in
the,
target.
You're already ahead.
You're copying me.
Alright. We got 4 left, which means you have to get every single one of them right to win this game. You're out.
Okay, hold on. Why don't we just? No, I don't know. I was just gonna make it interesting.
Well,
10 points.
Do you have
on the
thoughts
last
for how to
How to make it interesting? Triple points for John, double points for me, single points for Deb.
Ooh, this is a
How's that
idea.
any fair?
I don't know if that's.
Because you have an insight on the
It's got to be an even scorecard for every. I mean, it's got to be
10 points on the last question.
Do you think I can get the last 4 right though? That's my point. It's like I'm not expecting.
Let's
to get
just-
the
let's
last
just-
one
Let's
right.
just do it.
All right.
Just go for it.
All right.
Fun at this point.
If they're all Wage War albums, I'm good to go.
Oh, that's
Isn't there
because
only
they
one
are all
album?
Wage War albums.
All 2 of them.
Wow. All 4 of these are 2 Wage War albums. Evil Empire. Is this Rage Against the Machine, Metallica, Pantera, Audio Slave?
1,
Oh,
2,
sorry, one
3.
more time. One more time for the fans, for the people.
Rage Against the Machine, Metallica, Pantera,
Okay.
Audio Slave.
1, 2, 3. Rage
Metallica.
Against the Machine.
Don't
What'd you say?
Rage.
Wait, they both said
That's-
right.
Yep, that's both points for Rage.
Tom Morello's my guy.
All right. New Horizons. Is this Blink 182, Flyleaf, Lacuna Coil, Radiohead?
1, 2, 3. Flyleaf.
What'd you say?
Blink.
Flyleaf.
That was gonna be my second guess.
Blink also.
I was gonna say they wouldn't come up with
I
an
know
album
Blink
name.
likes that band and I don't, so
I love Blink.
I don't know that.
I like Blink 182 more than anybody at this table. I'm saying it right now.
Probably.
Congratulations.
You're hearing this. You're hearing this right now, Tom DeLong. I'll go alien hunting with you.
I don't know if I would. He's a legit crazy person.
Yeah, and so am I. For liking Blink 182. No, I'm just kidding. I love that.
That was actually my close second for my band of the week was Boxcar Racer.
Nice.
It was. I've been jamming
I mean,
out that one.
plus
too.
44 is way better. So,
What about Angels and Airwaves? What do you mean?
hey, say that again.
Angels and Airwaves.
All right, we got 2 left. 13th Step. In This Moment, Foo Fighters, 21 Pilots, A Perfect Circle.
1, 2, 3. In this moment.
Not the second one you said.
Foo Fighters?
Yes.
All right, well, y'all got it wrong. That was A Perfect Circle.
God
Nice.
damn it.
All right, last one for all the marbles.
Whoever gets it wins.
I mean, I could offer you 2 points so you can force a tie.
We all have to go separate, but I have to go first.
Okay, I'm good with that.
So I go, he goes, then I go, then you go.
Okay.
All right, well, yours is worth 12 points.
This is the 12 point.
I have the most points, I see.
If this was golf.
All right. Isolate and medicate. Is this Green Day, Junkie XL, Seether, or Jane's Addiction?
Say it again.
Isolate and medicate. Green Day, Junkie XL, Seether, Jane's Addiction.
Dixon.
Yep.
Dixon.
I'm torn.
20 Medicaid?
Isolate and medicate.
Whatever
But
it was.
close.
Just guess one, John.
You clearly don't know.
I don't think you like Green Day, but I could be wrong. That was my second guess, but
You going with Green Day?
You going with Green Day? Or what did you guess?
I guess the Isolate and Medicate, whatever.
That is
That's
the
the
album. That is the
Oh,
album.
was it?
Yes.
I thought it was a third. What was the third one?
All right, he is now
Okay.
disqualified
What was the
from the
third?
It is
quiz.
Green Day, Junkie XL, Seether, or
Junkie
Jane's
XL.
Addiction.
Junkie XL.
Junkie XL. He's going Junkie XL. Okay.
I'm torn between two, and I'm gonna go with Seether.
Do you want to pick the album name instead?
No, I'll stick with
It's a pretty
Seether.
safe bet.
I'll stick with Seether.
Easy 12 points.
I will go. I don't know. Jane's Addiction.
Wow. This is interesting because he got it right.
Oh.
His was worth 2 points. Which
Tied.
means we are tied for
Isolated
first.
Medic. Okay, pick a random one. Let's do it.
Pick a random one.
Oh, I gotta go to my my library here.
Although that would make it 3 points because I gave you a free one. Remember that.
Oh, my name's Devon.
All right, let's see what I can get.
Piss
here.
off.
We're gonna get something not super obvious. There was a couple that I'd actually cut out of the game, so maybe I can go back to one of those.
It can't be anything.
Doesn't
Devon.
Wage War have a self-titled album?
No.
I thought they did.
No.
Okay, the album that I'm picking is called Avenged Sevenfold.
For Tool.
What's your guess?
Avenged Sevenfold.
He wins the game.
I'm 2 for 2. I'm 2 for 2, guys.
Get out of here. Pick a real one, damn it.
Alright.
Motherfucker.
So I'm ahead for the next tie-breaking round.
This is like it's like college football. We're gonna have to-
What's the Drew Carey show?
Well, since
Whose
I'm
line
out
is
of
it
this
anyways?
You know
Yeah.
what?
The
I'm
points
gonna
don't
go.
matter.
I'm gonna go with one that's a pretty popular album.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna give you any options.
Okay.
Okay.
The album is Rumors.
You gotta say the band on 3.
Oh.
Wait,
God,
wait.
Rumors?
Wait.
Rumors. It's a very well-known album.
Rumors. Hold on. I'm not ready.
Is that
Rumors.
I'm not ready.
Rumors had it?
No. stop.
I'm gonna get this wrong. Rumors.
As soon as you say what the answer is, I know I'm gonna be like, son of a.
Yeah, me too.
I'll give you a hint.
Just give us.
It's not
What's the genre?
it's not what we typically listen to.
What's the genre?
No.
What's the year?
It's
give us a year.
It would be classic.
Classic?
Probably I don't know, maybe it would be considered classic rock, but classic.
Oh my god, I have no idea.
1, 2, 3.
Beastie Boys.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
So you got nothing?
He's
I'm
out.
already
It
out.
was Fleetwood Mac.
This is the problem. We're
So,
gonna
my
continue
girlfriend's
to do
gonna get
this.
so mad at me.
I'm so sorry.
Let's just do a coin flip for who wins.
No!
Yeah,
Hell
we'll
no!
go to tiebreaker round number 2. We'll do the same thing. I'll
Wait,
pick something a
hold
little
on,
easier
hold on,
this
hold on,
time.
hold on. Joe, hey, how's it going, man?
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, Joe, we're wrapping up. We're gonna have
During
to
this
bring you back
intermission.
next week.
Joe.
Yeah, no, next week.
Is
That work
work
for you?
Sorry, Joe.
Does that work for you? Does that work for you? Does that work for you? Okay.
Can you hear me now? Is he high right now?
Yeah, no, he is definitely high right now. All right, thanks, Joe. Okay, next week for sure. Bye. That was Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
He obviously missed.
He called
it.
you back.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's busy with his deal too, and
Yeah,
next time we'll get him on here next.
that's all right. Yeah, we'll get him next week. Don't worry.
All right.
That one would be cheating because I know Devon knows it.
Just pick a Wage War.
I don't have a Wage War album.
You son of a bitch.
This is tougher than I thought it was. I didn't know I was going to have to go to a tiebreaker. I didn't plan for
Just
this.
look up like popular albums of
Thought
the week.
23 would have been just the right amount of
Mm-hmm.
tiebreaker, but apparently not.
We had to give me the extra edge.
Yep.
That one you'll know, so that's cheating. This is tough.
Oh my god, let's hurry up.
Just pick one. If there's no prize here, so let's just pick one. We need to start incorporating prizes.
The Bends.
The Benz?
Mm-hmm.
You got to give us multiple choice, man.
All right, well that's going to be
It's
a
gonna take
perfect
us forever.
circle.
Looking at you, future.
I don't know.
Red Sun Rising,
I can't read Blake's.
Rise Against, or Radiohead.
I'm going with Red Sun Rising.
Let me go with Radiohead.
Devon wins.
Good game.
He cheated,
GG,
but
well
that's okay.
played.
No, just kidding. Anywho,
We'll wait for
Hey.
we'll wait for John to get back
yeah,
in
we
here.
do. We'll have to wait for John to close it up.
I thought we voted him off the island.
Yeah,
Oh,
John
damn.
has been voting off the island. Lock him out. Don't let him back in. Well, we'll close it out here.
The tribe has spoken.
I'm sure we're well over an hour by this point.
Closer to an hour and a half than.
Nice. So might as well wrap it up.
Solid length
Yeah.
podcast.
Wrap it up. All right. Well, guys, thanks for sticking with us through this longer one. This is officially episode 1 of the Infinite Roundabout. How exciting is
I
that?
hope you enjoyed our shitty content and our shitty game. Make sure you like and subscribe. Send me nudes. Make your weird aunt subscribe. Make her send me nudes. I'm really into that.
All right, and we just lost any bit of credibility we just had.
It's all gone.
It's all gone.
But that's fine.
Anyway, yeah, make sure if you like it, subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, tell all your friends, tell all your family.
Yeah, and please leave comments. We are, we're here for you. So, if you want to see us talk about something,
We're here.
let us know.
Yeah.
So, all right, peace out. Thank you.
Later.
What it do?